Yo guys, today we're going to be solving this problem from the 2010 AIME competition. If you would like to do this problem yourself, you may pause the video right now. Okay, I think you've thought about it for a while, and now I'm going to go on to the solution. So, let's first list what we know from the problem. So we know that y equals 3/4 x, and we have x to the power of y equals to y to the power of x. And we want to find what's x plus y. Okay, so the first thing that comes to my mind, and something that probably should come to your mind, is that since we've already have from the given from the problem that y equals to 3/4 of x, why don't we just directly substitute y as 3/4 of x into this one, right? Okay, so let's just do that right now. So since y equals 3/4 of x, we have x to the 3/4 of x equals to 3/4 of x to the power of x. Alright? And the next thing is that, this 3/4 here is kind of annoying because we don't really like fractions in exponents. So why don't we just take to the power of 4 both sides? And therefore, we have x to the power of 3x equals 3/4 of x to the power of 4x. And then, since this is 3/4 of x to the power of 4x, we can simply split this apart. 4x multiplied by x to the 4x equals x to the 3x. Now what we can do is, notice that we have x to the 3x here and x to the 4x here. So if we divide both sides by x to the 3x, we have 1 is equal to 3/4 of to the power of 4x times x to the x equals to 1. And then, noticing that, right, we have 4x here and we have x here. So wouldn't it be nice if we basically took the bottom and took it to the power of some common number, say like some sort of x? So therefore, we can think about it, and then we notice that, right, this part is equivalent to 3/4 to the power of 4 to the power of x, right? And then 3/4 to the power of 4 is 81 over 256, right? Because 3 to the power of 4 is 81, and 4 to the power of 4 is 256. And then multiply this by x, all to the power of x, since they both share the exponent of x, which is equal to 1. Right? So now this looks pretty intuitive, or looks pretty like we have a way to solve this problem now. Now, normally when you have exponents, there's usually two cases of when something raised to the power of something else is equal to 1, which is 1, either your base is simply just 1, or 2, the exponent is 0. But notice that if we try to put the exponent as 0, right, or simply x just equals to 0, if x equals to 0, that means we have 1, which equals to 81 over 256 times 0, 0 to the power of 0. Now, this is actually pretty controversial, because some people think that 0 to the power of 0 is 1, while others think that 0 to the power of 0 is 0. We won't get into that today, but clearly that, like, if there's not a very, like, obvious answer, then this won't be, like, it won't make the answer something like this. So, therefore, what this means is that, which leaves our other case, which is that our base is equal to 1. So if our base is equal to 1, that means that 81 over 256 multiplied by x equals to 1. And simply multiplying the both sides by the reciprocal of 81 over 256. I'll just multiply this both. We get x equals to 256 over 81. Nice. Now we have, since we found our x value, now we need to find our y value. And remember from the beginning of the problem that y equals to 3/4 of x. I'll highlight it here again. So in order to find x plus y, which is what we're trying to find, the answer x plus y is simply equal to 256 over 81 plus 3/4 of 256 over 81. And now 256 and 4 can cancel out to become 64, because 256 divided by 4 is 64, and 3 and 81 can cancel out to become 27, because 3 over 81 is simply 27. So we have 256 over 81 plus 64 over 27. Now if we multiply the top and the bottom by 3 over 3, we get our common denominator, which is 81, and 256 plus 64 times 3, and 64 times 3 is simply just 192. So finally, our answer is just 256 plus 192 over 81, which is 256 over 192, 4, 4. So 448 divided by 81. And now, this is the answer to what's x plus y. However, remember the question is asking for what's the numerator plus the denominator. So simply typing in this answer would be incorrect. And try not to lose points on these, because these are pretty dumb mistakes. So it's asking us for the numerator over the denominator. And that is 448 plus 81, which is simply 9215. And our final answer is 529.